Hello everyone, we are students of Ashok Ramane Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences and Research SAVE. Today we are conduct a seminar on previous year question of pharmaceutical quality assurance, which is presented by Aradhna Kambe, Anuj Gaikwad, Ayan Mujawar, Harshodhan Bendre and Arman Kerudgi. This video is guided by Mr. A.N. Dhage sir. Questions. Question number 1. Explain different types of process validation. Question number 2. Explain hydrolytic resistance test for glass container. Question number 3. Enlist steps for ISO registration. Question number 4. Define recall and classify it. Question number 5. What is SOP and quality audit? Question number 1. Explain different types of process validation. Answer. Type of validation. Validation can be done at different stages of process. Accordingly, there are three main types of validation as follows. 1. Prospective validation, done before the process of commences. Second, concurrent validation, done as the process is going on. And third, retrospective validation, done on already completed process. Prospective validation, it is defined as establishing documented evidence that a given system actually does what it purports to do on the basis of previously determined protocol. This type of validation is generally carried out before the start of the new process of manufacture. It must be done on a minimum of 3 consecutive batches of the product. Concurrent validation. Concurrent validation involves monitoring of the critical processing and testing step at the in-process stage. It is almost the same as prospective validation except that the manufacturer will sell the product manufactured during the validation run, provided they meet all the predetermined quality requirements. There must be documents maintained that show the justification for a concurrent validation and do approval of the decision by authoritative person. Retrospective validation. Retrospective validation is defined as establishing documented evidence that a system performs as purported by reviewing of the historical data that had been collected during the manufacturing and testing stages. This validation is done for the products that have already been distributed. This method of validation is therefore acceptable only for processes that are well established and stabilized over many years of production. Question number 2. Explain hydrolytic resistance test for glass container. Hydrolytic resistance of glass container. Rinse each container at least 3 times with distilled water and fill the same to their filling volume. Heat to 100 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes and allow the steam to issue from the vent cork. Rise the temperature from 100 degrees Celsius to 121 degrees Celsius over 20 minutes. Maintain the temperature at 121 degrees Celsius to 122 degrees Celsius for 60 minutes. Lower the temperature from 121 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius over 40 minutes. Venting to prevent vacuum. Remove the container from autoclave. Cool and combine the liquids being examined. Measure the volume of test solution into a conical flask and titrate with 0.01 molar HCl using methyl red as an indicator. Perform the blank with the water and the difference between the titration represent the volume of HCl consumed by the test solution. Question number 3. Enlist steps for ISO registration. Answer. Step for registration. First, set the registration objective. Second, select the appropriate standard. Third, develop and implement the quality system. Fourth, select a third-party register and apply. Fifth, perform self-analysis audit. Sixth, submit quality manual for approval. Seventh, pre-assessment by register. Eighth, take a corrective action. Ninth, final assessment by register. And last, 10th, registration. Question number 4. Define recall and classify it. Answer. Drug recall. Drug recall refers to the action of removing or withdrawing a batch of product from distribution or use to be returned to the manufacturer. This action is generally done in cases where deficiencies are discovered in the safety, quality or efficiency of drug. It is important to note that product recall does not include the normal removal of products that have passed their expiry period. The Organization of Pharmaceutical Producers of India defines recall as an action taken to resolve a problem with therapeutic goods for which there are established deficiencies in quality, efficiency or safety. Recall classification. According to FDA, classified the product recall depending on the health hazard caused by the product. First, class 1. Class 1 is a situation in which there a reasonable probability that the use of or exposures to a volatile product will cause serious adverse health consequence or death. Example: pathogen in ready to eat, salmonella, high level of heavy metals. Second, class 2. Class 2 is a situation in which there is a reasonable use of exposure to a volatile product will cause serious adverse health consequence or death. Example: pathogen is ready to eat, salmonella, high level of heavy metals. Third, class 3. It is situation in which the use of or exposure to a defective product is not likely to cause any adverse health consequence. Here, recall is executed until the wholesaler's level and a time limit of up to 30 days is permitted. Question number 5. What is SOP and quality audit? Answer. Standard operating procedure SOP. A standard operating procedure is a set of instructions describing step-wise how a routine activity is to be performed. An SOP must contain a straightforward description of the task to be carried out in simple language and cover all the major steps in performing the task. SOP must be written by person who have a sufficient knowledge and experience with the task being described. SOPs must be written in clear language using the active tenses. Any abbreviation or acronyms used in the SOP must be explained at the beginning of the SOP. Quality audits. A quality audit is an independent evaluation performed to review if activities are performed in a manner to completely with a set objective defined in the company's quality system. In the pharmaceutical industry, audits are an effective means of verifying if the different departments completely with CGMP regulation. Purpose of the audit serves verify if the production and control system are operating as intended. Regular audits help to provide confidence that organize is functioning under the effective control. Audits performed in problem situation such as product recall or repeated marked complaints is useful to identify non-compliance with the CGMP and to drive initiative to take the necessary corrective or actions.